everyone! Welcome back to Garden Decor Designs, your premier destination for exquisite garden inspiration and expert guidance. Before we start, we want to ask your support to make this channel grow with subscribe to this channel, leave comment, hit the like button or share this video to your friends and family. If you've ever poured your heart and soul into growing delicious vegetables, only to have them become a tasty snack for local critters, then you know the heartbreak. Today, we're tackling that problem head-on by talking all about vegetable garden fence design. There's nothing quite as satisfying as harvesting fresh, homegrown vegetables. But for many of us, this joy is often overshadowed by the relentless challenge of keeping hungry deer, rabbits, squirrels, and even neighborhood pets from feasting on our hard work. A well-designed fence isn't just about protection. It's about creating a beautiful, organized, and secure sanctuary for your edible bounty. It's an essential element that can elevate your entire garden's aesthetic while safeguarding your precious plants. So what exactly do we mean by vegetable garden fence design? It's far more than just slapping up some chicken wire. We're talking about a thoughtful integration of practical pest deterrence with an appealing aesthetic that complements your overall garden and home style. A well-designed fence considers the specific threats in your area, whether it's burrowing rabbits, leaping deer, or curious pets, and incorporates appropriate height, mesh size, and secure installation. Simultaneously, it acts as a structural element, defining the garden's boundaries, adding visual interest, and even providing support for climbing plants. The aim is to create a harmonious barrier that protects your produce without detracting from the natural beauty of your edible landscape, effectively merging form and function. The benefits of investing in a well-designed vegetable garden fence are incredibly significant for any serious gardener. Primarily, it offers superior protection from pests, safeguarding your crops from deer, rabbits, groundhogs, and other hungry critters, which is crucial for a successful harvest and less wasted effort. This protection ultimately leads to higher yields and less frustration, allowing your plants to thrive and produce abundantly without being constantly grazed or damaged. Beyond functionality, a fence defines your garden space beautifully, adding structure, organization, and visual appeal that enhances the overall aesthetic of your backyard. It can also improve garden hygiene by keeping out stray animals and potentially discouraging certain weeds from blowing in. Finally, for those with pets, it ensures pet safety, preventing them from digging up beds or ingesting plants that might be harmful, giving you peace of mind. Now let's talk materials. Choosing the right material for your vegetable garden fence depends on your budget, aesthetic preferences, and the type of pests you're trying to deter. First, wood. Traditional and aesthetically pleasing, wood fences can be built to various heights and styles, from rustic split rail to more formal picket fences. They offer a classic look but require more maintenance, both staining or sealing, and can be pricier. For rabbit protection, ensure the bottom is secure and potentially buried. For deer, you'll need significant height like 8 feet or more. Second, wire mesh or hardware cloth. Often the most practical and cost-effective solution, wire mesh like welded wire, chicken wire, or hardware cloth is excellent for keeping out smaller animals. Hardware cloth with a smaller grid is crucial for burrowing animals like rabbits, as it can be buried a foot or so underground and bent outwards to create an L-shaped barrier. It's less intrusive visually and can be combined with wooden posts for a sturdier, more aesthetic frame. Third, metal like wrought iron or aluminum. For a more permanent, decorative, and very durable option, metal fences are fantastic. They offer a sophisticated look and are virtually maintenance-free. While more expensive, they can be designed to be tall enough for deer or have small enough gaps for rabbits. They also provide excellent support for climbing plants. Fourth, electric fencing for temporary or serious issues. If you're dealing with very persistent large animals like deer or bears, a temporary electric fence can be a highly effective deterrent. It's not typically used for aesthetics but purely for function in problem areas. No matter the material, ensure your fence is tall enough for your biggest threat, for at least 3 to 4 feet for rabbits or 6 to 8 feet for deer, and secure at the bottom, preferably buried or flush with the ground to prevent burrowing. A sturdy gate is also a must for easy access. Good fences make good gardens. Whether you have soil-level garden beds or raised beds, the primary purpose of a fence around a vegetable garden is to protect it from unwanted visitors, both two-legged and four-legged ones. Ideally, a fence keeps out deer, rabbits, and other critters and adds aesthetic appeal at the same time. A fence also defines the perimeter of your garden and provides privacy if needed. From practical protection against wildlife to quaint picket fences, here are 13 vegetable garden fence ideas for protecting your vegetable garden against unwelcome visitors. 1. Picket fence. A classic picket fence made of white painted wood is both practical and aesthetically pleasing. Picket fences can be used to separate a vegetable garden or small kitchen garden from a lawn, flower bed, or play area. While it keeps medium-sized and larger dogs out of your edibles, it does not provide a barrier against cats as well as unwanted wildlife such as rabbits and groundhogs, which slip through the space between the panels with ease. With an average height of 3 and 4 feet, it is easy for deer to jump. 2. Deer fence. It isn't pretty, but this 7-foot-tall fence with a metal mesh guard around the top will keep hungry deer out of a vegetable garden or raised beds. The wire mesh is stretched between poles of treated wood support panels. To discourage deer from leaping over, a foot-wide strip of mesh with ragged, sharp edges is stapled to the top of the fence at an angle. 3. Privacy fence. An 8-foot wooden fence with horizontal boards keeps prying eyes, as well as deer out of this backyard vegetable garden. The wood panels sit atop a stone base to keep rabbits from burrowing under it. When planting crops inside the fenced-in area, take into consideration the shade that the solid fence casts onto the garden beds or raised beds. 4. Wooden wire fence. A wooden wire fence can be used to create a safe compound with a vegetable garden or raised garden beds. If the area is small and the terrain is difficult for deer to navigate, a fence with a height of 5 to 6 feet is usually sufficient to keep deer out. In open terrain, the fence should be 7 to 8 feet high. The small size of the mesh also keeps rabbits away. A gate provides access to the compound. 5. Rustic picket fence. A rustic picket fence is similar to a white picket fence. It separates a kitchen garden or an area of raised beds from the rest of the yard. However, its effectiveness against unwanted four-legged visitors is limited. This is a charming solution if you want to create a visual border around your vegetable plantings and prevent people from trampling onto tender vegetable seedings, but it does not provide protection against hungry wildlife that's after your vegetables. 6. Street-side lattice fence. A pretty white lattice fence is a decorative way to separate a side yard garden from the street. To add an elegant finish, cap its posts with wooden balls. A lattice fence shields the area against prying eyes from the outside. However, it does not obstruct sunlight and airflow in the same way as a solid fence does. Another advantage of a lattice fence is that it gives vines such as beans plenty of spots to latch onto, and a dense vine acts like an additional seasonal privacy wall. 7. Netting for raised beds. Looking for budget-friendly vegetable garden fence ideas to keep rabbits, squirrels, and deer away? Surround a raised bed with netting, sides and top. It's easier and cheaper to install than more permanent fencing. Just stick poles in the ground at the corners of the bed and secure the netting around and over them with zip ties. Use landscape staples to pin the bottom edge of the netting to the ground to prevent critters from going under it. 8. Rustic wooden fence. This simple fence visually separates the vegetable garden or raised beds and the rest of the landscape. It is built with wood planks set horizontally against poles. Sheets of wire stapled to the wood keep small animals out, but that won't protect your vegetables against browsing deer. Vines climbing the fence adds to the country garden charm of this fence. 9. Steel fence. A more costly way to define your vegetable garden's perimeter is a steel fence. With its tidy gate and spiky poles, the black fence in this image has a Victorian feel. The panels will keep most pets out of your garden and add a decorative touch to your backyard. To add visual depth, combine it with a taller privacy fence at the rear of the property. 10. Wooden wire panel fence. Wood frames lined with hog wire keep rabbits and dogs out. If staggered and aligned at varying heights, the panels also conquer a slight slope, as shown in this image. The wood has been left unfinished so the fence blends in with the landscape. 11. Hoops with netting. To protect ripening tomatoes in raised beds from squirrels and birds, erect simple frames. Cover the frames with netting, which is a cheap temporary fence option that protects vegetable gardens from wildlife. In this image, the entire garden area is additionally protected by a 6-foot privacy fence made with horizontal planks of wood. 12. Partial double high fence. Depending on deer movement, It might be sufficient to erect a tall deer fence on just one side of a vegetable garden. In this image of a raised vegetable garden surrounded by a rustic wood fence, the fence has been doubled in height along the forest line on the right to deter deer. 13. Cattle fence. A simplified cattle fence is an unobtrusive way to separate a vegetable garden from the surrounding area. The thin steel fence poles draped with silver hog wire disappear into the landscape. The fence keeps pets out but not rabbits, groundhogs, or deer. So whether you opt for the rustic charm of wood, the practical efficiency of wire mesh, or the enduring elegance of metal, designing a well-thought-out fence for your vegetable garden is one of the best investments you can make. It transforms your garden into a secure haven, ensuring your hard work blossoms into a bountiful harvest year after year, while also adding undeniable beauty to your outdoor space. What challenges have you faced protecting your vegetable garden? And what kind of fence design are you considering? Share your thoughts and tips in the comments below. If this video helped you plan your garden's defense, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with your fellow gardeners, and don't forget to subscribe to Garden Decor Designs for more tips, tricks, and inspiration to create the garden of your dreams. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching and happy protected gardening!